Hey guys, Adam here, coming to you the 28th of November. Going to do a little daily recap for today's market. This here is the S&P futures. What we're going to talk about today, kind of a spin-off of yesterday's recap video where we talked about the tick and how to use it. The internals, we're just going to express how important they are and exactly what we're doing to use them and how we're watching them, and little clues that they gave us today to let us know what this market was actually going to do. The way they closed yesterday, I actually saw an update coming today, but that's not what this morning's open would have showed us. When the market opened up today, over here is a daily chart. When the market opened up today, we had this gap and then it just fell off the market. Not sure what happened there, but the sellers came in and it just pushed it down, 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 down. Now, I personally never took one of them shorts. Right here, the market opened up right at the 6:30 time slot, right about here. And then the market decided just to start selling off, but I didn't see why. It didn't make much sense to me because I was looking at the internals. Let's drag them over here. And here's where the internals can help you out. The internals gapped down, sure, but they never sold off. They stayed pretty flat as this market was selling off, which told me one thing, that the sellers and the buyers, they didn't believe that this market was going to continue in that fashion. So I just kind of sat on my hands and waited for something to happen. Now, yesterday we talked about the tick, and you did see how the tick was, even though this market was selling off, the tick was necessarily, it wasn't showing a lot of bullishness. It did up until about 15-20 minutes into the market. It finally broke up. But if you look at the rest of the internals, they didn't sell off. They were fairly flat for the most part. They kind of went sideways until right here, what is it, 7:20, they decided to take off. Now you can look at that in all the internals right here. You finally, at a little bit before that, you got a little hint at 7:10. It broke up and then it wasn't able to break below the zero level on the tick right here. So what happened was, finally we had conviction. We had the buyers come in and finally take charge like we knew they could based on yesterday's price action. So basically never even took a position until we saw these internals start to head to the upside, because there wasn't any selling pressure to the downside as the market was falling. So there wasn't really any trade setups to come. So basically once we saw this spike here, then we knew, all right, now the buyers are here, and let's just ride it. Now, did I know that the market was going to do what it did? Absolutely not. It decided to, once it took off, it really took off for the day. I had no idea it was going to do that, obviously, but let's move on here. All right, so you see what happened on the hourly chart. It came down. This is a 200 moving average, but that's not what we're really looking at. But then all of a sudden, the market decided the buyers were in charge. So that's right down here at this level. Now that also comes right previous to the time of when the internals started turning around. So at this level right here, when this broke these highs, the internals still hadn't shown bullishness yet. So what we did was, this just raised our interest. So what I was waiting for is a little bit of conviction, and then I wanted the internals to show me that, all right, yeah, the buyers were in charge of this, and I was ready for these long setups. So what I did was just waited, and then let's drag this over here one more time. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. At this time when this broke, you see that the internals were still down here. They had not done anything yet. So what we were waiting for is this up here. We never took a long until all this was broken, and then once this spike came into play, came right here on this bar, that's whenever we knew the bulls were in charge. Also, you look over here, the tick had went up and pulled back and did not close below the zero level. So then now we have ultimate bullishness. We had buying pressure to the upside. What happens is, whenever orders come in like that, the sellers now have lost all their mojo. The sellers had no more momentum. They may have still been selling the market, but they weren't, the buyers were coming in. So guess what? All these people that were short, now they're having these stop orders, and they're getting hit, and they're getting hit in bunches. That's the only way this market can do something like this. So We waited on our hands. We knew we were looking for long setups, and finally it happened. Once the internals broke, right here at the 720 time frame, we go to a smaller time frame over here. We started to get some pullbacks. Right here was the first one. Did not take this entry, didn't get it, but we did get this little bitty pullback right here. Went ahead and bought on this little pullback. Didn't get a lot. Got a little 10-tick winner. Did not catch all this because it had other rules. And there was a lot of support over here because of this selling off. But once all that got broken, then it was a free-for-all. We end up capturing along this pullback for another 8 ticks. And then we waited. Now, right here is another setup. Here is a, if you use your fib retracements, which I use, instead of shorting here, now you would say, why don't you short here? I mean, it's a perfect opportunity because of the market internals. Now, whenever the market internals are this bullish, get to that exact time frame. Whenever the market internals are that bullish, you do not go against them, or at least I don't. So like right here, this spiked way up, and then exactly on that pullback, right here is this pullback, right here, there is no chance I'm going to short against these internals, which are extremely bullish. So like right here, whenever these are, look at the zero level. This is what I'm going to express over and over and over. The tick comes up, this means there's more buying. Comes down, and it can't really pierce below the zero level. You got a little bit of a shakeout right here, but it's nothing to talk about. It immediately shoots right back up above zero, and then it basically holds zero level as some sort of a resistance. That's what we're looking for in a bullish market. So there's no way, no matter what setup was coming, was I ever going to short this market. This is bullishness all the way through. So I did not take this short, but sure enough, whenever this decided to take off again, I was looking for more longs. Sadly enough, it did not pull back enough for me to get any entries, but that was just showing you exactly how to watch the internals to protect yourself, because yes, that would have been a small stop out right there had I taken that short entry, but luckily I did not. And just a little lesson on the internals. You want to watch them. You want to watch the internals. So whenever it's selling off, these internals really didn't do much. They were pretty well stuck in the sideways range. So one of two things. They didn't believe it, or there weren't really enough sellers and we're just waiting for the buyers to actually kind of come to work, if you want to say that. So once the buyers decided to show up for work and come into the office, you can see exactly what happened. And from then on, we were not taking any shorts the rest of the day because there was too much buying pressure to be fighting it, and there's no way we're going to fight against all them buyers. So, just a quick way of how the internal can help you out and how they can keep you out of a trade, maybe help you not get stopped out so much. But that's just a little lesson. Contact me if you need any more. I'm more than happy to talk to you and help you and show you exactly what I'm doing, or you can come to directiontrader.com and check us out. But all right, that's it for today. As far as moving forward, boy, this day looks a lot like yesterday. Same exact type of bar, little pullback, and then the sellers could not sustain this. The market tried to sell off, but the sellers could not sustain it. The buyers really came in strong. I do see this continuing now that this day happens. So I'm looking to the upside. Luckily, I'm an intraday trader, so I don't really have to deal with that. It's just it protects me against wanting to short it and get caught up in anything. So keep an eye on the internals. They will be your best friend. They're going to help you stay out of some stop outs, kind of like the one I just prevented. So let me know if I can help you. Adam at directiontrader.com. Feel free to come and check us out. Talk to you soon.